Hi there, sweet friends. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining me for our practice tonight, inspired to be gentle and flow as we have 3 weeks left in our challenge, just to allow our body the space to, I suppose, integrate the strength we're gaining, the insights we're learning. And so our practice, as always, will incorporate full body movement, but we'll be moving nice and slow so we can, of course, focus on the breath, which is the essence of our yoga practice. Some say it is to unify body, mind, and spirit, but it really is to silence the mind through our breath and allow us to be aware with what arises in our consciousness. And so with that, we will begin an easy seated pose. So legs crisscrossed in front of us. We can take a pillow, a block, a bolster, foam roller, put that underneath us to help elevate our hips. We're going to stay here. The foam roller probably wasn't the best for balance, but we're here to practice it. We're going to lengthen our spine. We're going to close our eyes and take these first few moments of our practice to just shut off the outside world and invite presence into this sacred space, allowing our shoulders to soften away from our ears, unclenching any tension in the jaw or any other tension when we're scanning the body we feel we no longer need to hold. I'm just beginning to take a few deep breaths. So big inhale through the nose, tongue out, audible exhale, activating that parasympathetic response in the body. Just taking a few deep breaths here, hands on top of the knees. Three more full rounds of breath here. And on our next inhale, our arms are going to reach nice and long overhead. And on our exhale, we're going to drop our right hand and reach our left arm overhead, creating space in our left side body. Two more full rounds of breath here. Inhale, bring both arms nice and long overhead. And exhale, drop our left hand to the left side of our body. And we're going to reach our right arm overhead, creating space into our right side body. Two more full rounds of breath here. Inhale, both arms reach nice and long overhead. Exhale, bring our arms back behind us, create a W shape, bringing our shoulder blades together to touch, opening up our heart. Inhale, arms reach nice and long overhead. And on our exhale, we're going to bring our right hand back behind us. Left hand comes outside the right knee. Inhale, lengthen our spine nice and long. And exhale, maybe twist a bit deeper. Gazing over that right shoulder. One more full round of breath here. Inhale, both arms reach nice and long overhead. And exhale, bring our left hand back behind us, right hand outside our left knee. Inhale, lengthen our spine nice and long. Exhale, sink deeper into our twist, gazing over that left shoulder. One more full round of breath here. Inhale, both arms reach nice and long overhead. Exhale, goalpost, cactus the arms. Inhale, reach. And exhale, bring your hands back beside our hips. Let's remove this bolster underneath us. And we're still going to sit in easy seated pose, but this time maybe just bring the opposite leg in front of the other. Stay seated. I'm just going to close my window. My neighbor is burning coal, and it doesn't have the best of smells, but sending them compassion. Okay, so we're still in easy seated pose. And we're just going to gently open up the hips by practicing a Sufi grind. So we're just going to trace a circle with our upper body. 2 more circles clockwise. And then we're going to balance 4 more circles counterclockwise. And then we're going to meet and slowly rock forward from our Sufi grind over the knees to find each other here in tabletop pose on all fours. So fingertips as wide as they can be, knees shoulder width distance apart, tops of our feet are just tapping against the mat here. Next inhale, we're going to arch our back, lift the gaze, lift the chin. Breathe into our abdomens here for cow pose. Exhale, tuck our chin to our chest, round the spine, push the earth away for cat. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Once more, just warming up the spine. Exhale, push the earth away, round the spine, the last cat pose here. Inhale, neutral tabletop. Exhale, bring our big toes together to touch. Slowly bring our hips back. Try to keep our hips back onto the heels. And then rather than reach our arms forward like we normally would in child's pose, we're just going to swim our arms back behind us, keeping the top of our head down onto the earth. Palms are facing up, nearly for this bunny pose. Just reconnecting back with our breath. When our mind begins to wander from the practice, just return it back to the practice of your breath. Steady inhale. Controlled exhale. Elongating that inhale. Lengthening that exhale. Two more full rounds of breath here. Slowly on our next inhale, bring our hands reaching forward in front of us here in child's pose. Inhale, slide our hands underneath our shoulders so we're back in tabletop. And this time we're going to tuck our toes. Next inhale, hover our knees, engage our core. And next exhale, reach our heels towards the backs of our mats for downward facing dog. Pedaling out our feet, bending one knee, straightening out the opposite leg. Just warming up the hamstrings. Micro bend in the elbows. Fingertips as wide as they can be. And take the biggest breath we've taken all day on our next inhale. Tongue out, audible exhale. See if we can just cultivate a little bit of strength in this pose of stillness. For one more full round of breath. And on our exhale, we're slowly going to walk our hands back towards the feet. So we meet ourselves here in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Make sure all of our toes are as wide as they can be. Big toe, pinky toe, and heel is firmly rooted into the mat. Micro bend the knees. Next inhale, windmill arms reach nice and long overhead. And exhale, slowly fold back down. Next inhale, halfway lift. Hands come beside our hips. Next inhale, extend our arms straight back behind us, triceps engage. Interlace the fingertips best as we can. Straighten our arms if that's available. Micro bend the knees. And exhale, rinse out the shoulders here. We can stay here if it's available. We can bend our left knee and try to bring your left shoulder inside that left knee, gazing over your right shoulder. Inhale, come back through center, halfway lift, keep this bind. And then exhale, bend your right knee. Try to bring your right shoulder inside that right knee as you gaze over your left shoulder. Won't stay here too long. Inhale, halfway lift, keep this bind. Exhale, bring our hands beside our hips. Maybe if we had our knees at a micro bend, see if we can make them a bit straight. And then exhale, find ourselves back in this forward fold. On our next inhale, we're going to walk our hands back forward in front of us, finding this variation of our downward facing dog. And then we're just going to step our left foot forward, step our right foot a little bit further back, and we're going to pivot our feet to the top of our mat. So we find ourselves here in this wide angle forward fold. Exhale, allow your head to drop. And we can just heel toe out the feet to go as deep into the inner thighs as we'd like to go. Staying here for a few more full rounds of breath. Two more full rounds of breath. On our next inhale, we're going to walk our hands over to our right foot. Right foot turns forward. Our right elbow comes inside our right knee. Left foot is perpendicular to our right foot. So we're preparing for this variation of a warrior two. Bend our right knee over our right ankle. Inhale, windmill our left arm overhead as we reach our right hand forward to find ourselves in a warrior two. On our next inhale, we're going to flip our right hand, from our right shoulder, and And we're going to lean our right hand forward. We can always bring that right elbow inside our right knee. We're reaching it forward. Next inhale, we're going to reverse our warrior. We can straighten that right knee, slide our left hand outside our left leg as our right arm reaches nice and long overhead. And exhale, we're going to windmill our hands back down. Bring our right hand inside our right foot. Walk our hands back to center. Pivot that right foot facing forward the top of our mat. And this time we're going to walk our hands over towards our left. And we're going to pivot our left foot over. Instead of facing the top of our mat, we're just going to shift it over to the left. We're going to bend our left knee over that left foot best as we can. Bring our left elbow inside our left knee. And then we're going to windmill our right arm overhead. Bending left knee over our left ankle, finding ourselves in our warrior two. Again, mindful of our alignment. Right foot is perpendicular. That left foot, left hand is reaching forward. Core is tucked up and in. And we're going to flip our left hand from our left shoulder, reaching forward. We can always drop that left elbow inside that left knee, or we can hover and reach. Inhale, reverse our warrior, straighten that left leg, slide that right hand outside that right foot, reaching our left arm overhead. Next exhale, we're going to windmill our hands back down over our left, bringing our left hand inside our left foot, walking both hands to center. So both feet are facing forward, the tops of our mat, meeting each other back in this wide angle forward fold. On our next exhale, we're slowly going to keep our legs a little bit wider than shoulder width distance apart, but we're walking forward, so we're finding ourselves in this wide plank. I'm just going to slide back so you can see me. And then exhale, slowly drop your knees back down onto the mat. So once our knees are dropped down towards our mat, I'm actually just going to turn so you can see me. Knees are slowly dropped down. Maybe we can reach our hips back. Inhale, slowly reach forward. Maybe we can drop the hips. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, forward. Inhale, back. Exhale, forward. 3 more times at your own breath. Once more. And exhale when we reach back. Come onto the forearms and we'll find ourselves in this full frog variation. So toes are flexed towards the knees, really sending our breath inside our hips. So I believe last week we practiced our half frog variation. This week, really going deeper into the stretch, just creating space for any tension from the week, from these last few weeks, to really create this opportunity to just let it go. Three more full rounds of breath here. Last full round of breath. Now we're going to stay here. With our right leg, see if we can just kick the outside of our right foot up towards the sky. slow and controlled. Do that 3 more times. So we're going to balance out on the left side. Oh, I'm just going to turn so you can see me. Golly gosh. So nice and slow. The outside of our left foot kicks up towards the sky. Slow and controlled. Three more times. Slowly, we're going to walk our hands back. Bring our knees inside our shoulders. So we're meeting each other in tabletop, and just maybe sway your hips from side to side. And then meeting back in tabletop, trace some circles with our hips. And then trace those circles in the opposite direction. Come back in neutral tabletop. And on our next inhale, we're going to extend our left arm out to the side, and we're slowly going to drop the inside of our left shoulder down onto our mat as we gaze over our right shoulder. 2 more full rounds of breath here. Inhale, slowly slide left hand back underneath our left shoulder. Next inhale, extend our right arm out to the side and slowly drop inside of our right shoulder down as we gaze over our left for 2 more full rounds of breath. Inhale, slowly slide right hand underneath our right shoulder. On our next inhale from tabletop, we're going to hover our knees. Exhale, reach our heels towards the backs of our mats for downward facing dog. We're just going to widen out our down dog, wide as we'd like. Bring our left hand to the center of our mat. As we reach our right hand outside our left ankle, maybe gazing underneath our left shoulder, finding this gentle twist. Bending into that right elbow if we'd like, or keeping it straight, breathing into the outside of that right shoulder. 1 more full round of breath. Inhale, bring our right hand to the center of our mat. And exhale, see if we can grab the outside of our right ankle with our left hand. Either bend that left elbow or keep it straight and send our breath to the outside of our left shoulder. Inhale, bring our left hand back to meet our right. Walk our hands back towards our feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach to rise. Arms reach nice and long overhead. Bring our hands to our heart center in prayer position. And exhale, find this deep squat variation using our elbows to really open up our knees. Once more, open up our hips. Try to keep the spine nice and long. Slowly drop our glutes back down into the earth. Just resetting, our posture here. Bringing our hands back beside our hips, fingertips facing towards our glutes, knees hip width distance apart. Next inhale, we're going to lift our hips, engage our glutes, find this reverse tabletop, really open up your heart, expand your collarbones, fingertips as wide as they can be, gaze up towards the sky, maybe your chin lifts, engage the core, engage the glutes. Don't lose the flow of breath through your open throat. Exhale, slowly lower back down. Next exhale, drop both feet to the left, gaze over our right. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, drop both feet to the right. Slowly gaze over our left. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, drop both feet to the left. Come on to our left forearm. We're actually going to stack our right knee on top of our left, staying on our forearm. On our next inhale, we're going to find this clamshell. So actually, I'm just going to turn and face you. So like a clam, we're going to open up our right knee. We're going to keep our right foot on top of our left, just creating space here and strength in the inside of our right thigh. The adductor. Exhale, close. Twice more. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Press up from that left forearm. Bring our right hand back behind us. Bring both knees back through center. Exhale. 1990. Both knees drop to the right. Come down onto our right forearm. Bring our left knee and left foot on top of our right. Finding our clamshells once more. Inhale, open this time. Left knee up towards the sky. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close once more. Inhale, open. And exhale, close. Coming back up off our right forearm. Inhale, bring both knees back through center. Exhale, drop both knees to the left. Come back onto our left forearm, finding yourselves back in this left clamshell, but we're adding just a teensy bit of strength to it, I promise. It is a gentle flow. This will promote relaxation in our hips. Okay, so on our next inhale, we're going to lift our right knee up towards the sky, but see if we can press and push into our left forearm to lift our left hip off the ground. Exhale, close the clamshell. Inhale, lift and open. Exhale, close. Twice more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, close. Inhale, lift. Exhale, close. Once more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, close. Press up off that left forearm. Bring our right hand back behind us. Both knees through center. Exhale, drop both knees to the right. Drop our right forearm. Left knee comes on top of our right knee. Left hand can come on top of our hip. So this time we're going to press and push into our right forearm. Lift our right hip up off the earth. Open that left knee up towards the sky. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift and open. Exhale, lower. Twice more. Inhale, hover and open. Exhale, lower. Once more. Inhale, hover and open. Exhale, lower. Press and push off our right hand. Inhale, come back through center. And exhale, we're going to find this butterfly pose. So bringing bottom of our feet together to touch and just kind of flapping our wings. We're not creating a butterfly effect, just nice and slow and intentional. And then we're going to find this diamond shape, so we're still keeping the bottom of our feet together to touch, just bringing our feet a little bit forward in front of us. See if we can bring our hands on top of our feet, maybe just onto the calf, and we're slowly going to bend forward. And we're going to stay here for a few full rounds of breath. Three more full rounds of breath here. Next inhale, we're slowly going to walk our hands to the knees and slowly lift from the middle thoracic spine. Inhale, bring our knees together to touch. Keeping our knees bent, we're slowly just going to come onto our forearms. And then exhale, slowly roll onto our backs and see if our fingertips just graze the heels at the back. I'm preparing for bridge here. Or we can do assisted bridge. I think this might be a bit too long, but we can always put a block or a bolster underneath us to just help us and maybe help us relax in our bridge. Slowly drop the head back, lift the chin. Don't forget to engage the glutes. Wherever we are. Option to, if we are in our assisted bridge and we have the availability to slowly drop the head back and lift the chin, or if we're taking an unassisted bridge, have our chin tucked towards our chest, try to keep our hips up high towards the sky. Next exhale, slowly lower our glutes back down. On our next exhale, we're going to drop both knees to the left, and we're going to bring our left knee on top of the outside of our right knee. We're going to extend our right arm out to the side as we gaze over our right shoulder. Last full round of breath here. Slowly bring your gaze back to neutral, or your neck to neutral. Bring your left foot down off the outside of your right knee. Bring both knees back through center. And exhale, drop both knees to the right. And this time bring the outside of your right foot on top of the outside of your left knee. Extend our left arm out to the side. As we gaze over our left shoulder for a few more full rounds of breath. One more full round of breath here. Slowly bring your neck and your gaze back to neutral. Bring that right foot off of our left knee. Slowly bring both knees back through center. Inhale, hug our knees in towards our chest. Wrap our forearms around our knees to give ourselves a big embrace. Inhale, feet come straight up overhead. We can have our hands down beside us, or if it feels good, we can reach our hands up towards the outside of our feet. Just this gentle inversion, hamstring stretch. And if we'd like to slowly roll back and feel the stretch in our vertebrae, just nice and gentle control. A few more full rounds of breath here. Three more full rounds of breath. One more full round of breath. Wherever we are, slowly lower your feet back down. Hands come beside our hips, palms facing up. For our final, most important pose of the practice, where we get to integrate all the benefits of this movement, medicine. Softly close the eyes and take one final cleansing breath. Biggest inhale through the nose. Tongue out. Little exhale. And remember, there is no right or wrong way to practice Shavasana. Or like with any other meditation, all it asks of you is to be still and be present, becoming aware and observant of all the thoughts in our mind, unattached. So we observe them coming and going like the waves crashing against the shore. Two options. You can stay here a little bit longer. If you'd like to come out, wiggle your fingertips and your toes. Wherever we are, acknowledging how our body feels now compared to the beginning of our practice. Whenever we're ready, you can pause this and stay here for a bit longer. But when we're coming out, roll onto the side of our body in fetal position. Press up to meet each other in easy seated pose from whence we began. Hands to our heart center. Thanking your efforts. Honoring your time. Grateful for your presence. Namaste. See you next week.